Uh, wow. Seriously, wow. I watched Saw X 2023, and I don't know if it's called Saw 5 or Saw 6. There's a lot of them that's already been out, right? But I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was curious about this one because you know how you see the previews and you're like, oh, I'm gonna check this out, eventually. So, anyway, I find out last night. I watched this and I know why I do not get into the Saw stuff. But with that being said, I like Saw, but I like the first one. I tried to watch the rest of them. Uh, I think I did end up watching two, but I never watched the one with the Chris Rock in it. I think Chris Rock made one. I didn't watch that one. Then there was a couple more in between that, but this one is called Saw X, but I think it's Saw 5. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to read it off and we can go from there. So it's Saw X 2023. This is sitting at a 4.5 stars. So so I decided to watch it last night because I got a little time off, because I've been working like 11 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 9 on Saturday and 8 on Sunday. Awesome paycheck, man. I ain't lying. I am wore out. So I'm ready for some downtime. So anyway, I'll read the plot synopsis and I'll give you my take on it. So, chilling Saw X sees John Kramer seeking to cure his cancer, because you all know he's got cancer, and finding a con artist instead, making Jigsaw's game personal and his ingenious traps more terrifying than ever. And man, was these traps a trip. Yeah, I was watching it last night, right? So, I'm enjoying my little time off. So I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm sitting there going like, oh, I was watching, I was going like this. Then I'd open up my hands. So I was trying to watch the film, especially the gross parts, and I was trying to make sure I did. Like, there's a part where he sucked out these dudes' eyes. But a lot of these people, man, they have this stuff coming to them. But what's a trip, though, is that once they got caught and they got in their predicament, they were begging for their lives. They were literally begging for their lives. And I was sitting there going like, man, that would be rough, man, to sit back and know that you have been getting away with this stuff for so long, and now you're sitting there and you literally got your life. I mean, there was a part where he was making this girl cut her leg off, and she had to put this bone marrow on this weight, and this weight had to go down at a certain time before the thing would chop off her head, and she didn't make it. And she didn't make it. I was like, dang. Ooh, Lord, man. I know a lot of y'all already watched this movie. I want to make sure I put this out here. This YouTube channel, man, is very small. And I am not trying to be a gigantic YouTuber. I told you guys that. I'm doing this for fun. I drop videos when I can. So, uh, I know a lot of y'all watch this stuff already, and I know. But just in case you didn't watch it, I'm telling you straight out, check this out. If you into some blood, guts, and some carnage, I'm going to put carnage in there. Then you should watch this. But anyway, so they he goes to this group and open up. He's in this group, he's got cancer. It opens up. The guy's telling me only have a few months to live. Can you imagine somebody telling you that? I got two sisters, man. I have one that passed away of cancer, and I got another one that's got cancer. So it scares me. It literally scares me. And I know we all gonna, pass away one day. But dang, man, this cancer ain't no joke. So I was taking kind of personal. So and I just talked to my sister the other day. I haven't heard from her for a while, and she's hanging in there. But that's a lot of that's a burden you have to carry. I'm sitting there talking to my sister, and she's got that. Stage 4 too at that. And I'm just sitting on the phone talking to her, and it's just a awkward feeling because it's your sister. I already lost my oldest sister. So anyway, so he opens up, he's talking to the guy, and he's asking how long he got, and so the guy says you got like maybe 3 or 4 months, and he was trying to tell him how to deal with the cancer, and he's like, he's looking at him like, you got, like, you telling me to deal with it, you ain't even got it. He didn't say it like that, but he was kind of like, it's easy for you to say, because it's easy for a lot of you, like, well, I'll say stuff like, well, I'll pray for you, but somebody could say they could pray for me, and I could be like, yeah, that's okay, but and I pray a lot. But in your situation, man, that's a dark place that you in, man. You know what I mean? So I just that's just a rough situation. So anyway, he goes to this group, and this group is just dealing with this stuff that they have to. So there was this dude in there talking about he got stage 4 pancreas cancer or something like that, right? That's not the word. Anyway, he he's crying, and he's just sitting there, Kramer's just sitting there. So then it flips to the next scene, like, I don't know, maybe a 3 or 4 weeks later, and he's at this place, man, just chilling. He's at this outside place where how you can have a lunch or something. So this dude that was in that group walks by him, and he recognized his voice. He said, "Hey," he goes, "Hey, Kramer." He says, "How's it going, man?" He goes, "All right." He goes, "Hey." Kramer looked at the guy. He says, "Man, you're looking good." He goes, "Yeah, man." He says, "I found this, this doctor, man. She's got a different way of, dealing with, and he said, "Oh, yeah, it's in the United States." He said, "No, it's in Mexico." He goes, and the stuff that she's using is not, the government has to approve the medicine that you use, right? Because, a lot of that stuff is in Mexico. You have to go down there and get stuff, but I'm not going to Mexico, man. There's no way. It's already bad here in the States. I ain't going over there. Nothing against Mexico, though. Mexico got some nice places over there, though. A lot of places that you could go see. They got some nice stuff, though, by the way. But anyway, so he takes this. He said, well, here, he gives him the number, So he gives him the number, then he contacts her, and then she says, she tries to act, she calls him and stuff. It's a scam. It's a scam, Y'all know where I'm going. So it's a scam. So he said, I can get you in the next 3 months. And he goes, "Oh, I don't think I got 3 months." And she goes, well, then she's like, "Well, I think I can get you in." So he flies to Mexico because, Kramer's loaded because apparently this is what he does. He makes these games that he done made millions off of. So he goes over there, he meets all the people that's involved in this, and then they act like they do this surgery on him, and come find out they didn't do anything to him. And so he goes back to thank him because he's feeling good about himself. They give him all this fake medicine to take. He goes there, and that place is empty. So then, he has this girl that's a sidekick, and then he has this guy that does all the getting these people that does all this stuff to him. So he finds every one of them, and then but when I was watching this last night, I was like, man, how did you find time? He's got money though. I was like, how did you find time to go in the same area that they faked his surgery and to set up all this stuff? But he had that girl, and he had this one dude that was like, I call him goon, his side goon. But man, some of the traps that he set up in there, man, and all that kind of stuff, man, I was like, dang. But I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna watch them other ones in between. The first one was an eye-opener because when I first watched that first one, man, I thought, man, this is crazy, man, because there's a lot of people walking around in life, man, that just taking their health for granted. They're just taking everything for granted here. When I first watched the first one, which was many years ago, I was like, man, this dude's got a point. He's trying to show these people you got a lot more to live for than just wasting your life away on, how the first one was. But anyway, these kills in this was phenomenal. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed this movie, but like I said, I'm on vacation, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this. I'm actually gonna buy this on 4K, or maybe on Blu-ray. I'm gonna own this on physical, but I rented it. It says on my my Prime, it says you rented this and you have 29 hours remaining. I might have to watch it again because man, this was good. But he sets up all these traps, and then, this one girl, man, she gets away. I wanted her to get away. But the one person that was in charge, that chick was a cold-hearted chick. And there was this cop, act like he had surgery, so he was finding him, and he wanted to kill her because same thing that happened to Kramer happened to him. But that was a little twist to that. He was trying to act like she got his message before she cut this woman's body open to get the intestines to move this table so she can get her phone so she can sit out. Man, you guys got to watch this. But anyway, if you watched it, then good on you. But if you didn't, check it out because, oh my Lord. I know why I can't, I love horror movies, but I don't like when you go too much into the, there's a part where it looked like they sliced this woman's. I was going, oh man, I was going like, oh shoot, and I just kept going like this and like, dang, I was trying to make sure I could see part of the movie and like not seeing all the Woo, Lord. Wow. Wow. God bless. Take care. We'll catch you next video. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. This is definitely going in my DVD collection.